Okay, so I have had this eczema rash that's been growing on my face for months now. I've had these cuts on my mouth that have expanded to like a very painful raw rash on my face. And I started thinking, oh, I should make a video about all the things I'm doing to help calm my skin and all the products that I'm using and all the supplements I'm taking and all the things that I'm doing and to help relieve the skin, because maybe there's someone watching who has experienced some sort of facial irritation or flare up, and it's hindering them from creating and putting themselves out there. And I realized absolutely fucking not. I'm not gonna create that because I don't care if something is on your face. I want you to show up anyway. And that has been such a deep, deep, painful lesson for me. So as I've been having these flare-ups, and I think it's tied a lot to my gut health and my diet, and I've been really just working on eliminating gluten and things that I've started to notice have caused these flare-ups. I started to hide. I started to not post or not film myself on those days because I was like, oh, no one wants to see the gunk on my face. No one wants to see these flare-ups because it's just not cute. And I don't feel like my best self when it's on my face. And I've been in so many communities and meetings where I hear other creators and other artists talk about like periods of times where they have stopped creating because they're like, oh, I had this weird thing on my face, or I had this weird rash on my neck, or this, like I was losing hair, and so I didn't feel good about myself, so I didn't create. And I want to really challenge that. I want to challenge that idea and that belief that is bullshit. Yeah, does it suck to have something on my face that is visible to someone that can see me? Of course it is. It sucks to, like, I would avoid leaving the house because I didn't even want to go to a coffee shop and have someone say hello to me or see someone in the hallway that I know and then them be like, what the fuck is that thing on her face? What I realized is in these moments, we practice deep, unconditional love for ourselves. Not when our skin clears up and everything is great and then we can go back. That's not unconditional love. That's conditional love. But if I truly want to create, if I truly want to put myself out there, then I am willing to see and allow people to see all the sides of me and all the seasons of me and all the rashes of me, and that's okay. I think it is really dangerous when we only show up when things go our way or we look a certain way. That is a very dangerous game to play. And I've noticed me fall into that trap over and over and over again. And I just want to remind you that if you have, something that is hindering you physically from showing up on camera and expressing or sharing your art or sharing your business or your idea or your message with the world, really challenge yourself and your ability to love yourself unconditionally in those moments, and know that you can show up. I had bronchitis for almost 10 weeks and I was still making content with a really raspy voice. Granted, I thought I sounded like Alicia Keys when I had bronchitis, so it kind of worked in my favor. Because my voice is usually a lot not an Alicia Keys voice, but I was very self-conscious about that. And then once the bronchitis went away, this flare-up started happening, and I was like, great, another moment to practice deep unconditional love, deep showing up. If you show up when things only work right, then that is not going to serve you in your life or in your business or in your future. What is going to serve you is being there every time and being okay with being imperfect. Because trust me, there is something so magnetic and beautiful about just not giving a fuck and showing up and being fully embodied in yourself, regardless of a pimple or a thing on your face or, a voice issue or whatever it is. They're all excuses. Just show up for yourself and use this period as a moment to really practice deep unconditional love for yourself, because that is what's going to serve you more than only showing up when you have flawless skin, when you have finally glowed up and everything is perfect, because nobody fucking wants that cookie cutter shit. They want the real you, and the real you sometimes is imperfect, and that's great, and that's beautiful, and that's magical. It's really magical.